Hi guys, it's Liz and Misty here, and we are back with another daily dose of guidance. It's not creepy at all. So my intention is to, as usual, start with the energy oracle cards to receive our daily dose of guidance. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, we are starting with Cornucopia in reverse. Okay, so this means that we are feeling maybe a lack of blessings, okay? Because when it's upright, it means we have an abundance, we have many blessings. And in this case, we're feeling that lack of blessings, okay? So let's see if we can get a little more specific, maybe a little more clarity, or just some guidance around this feeling of lack of blessings, okay? I will speak into, I did read just a short moment ago that I believe Venus is squaring Mars. So you might be feeling that energy today. Maybe that's what's coming up with this cornucopia, but so it's typically, from what I've read, means that you might feel a little tension in your relationships or your romantic relationship today. So, but we'll see. We'll see if this has anything to do with that. It might not at all. And thank fuck, tomorrow, Mercury retrograde finally ends. Sweet baby Jesus, thank you. I cannot wait for this Mercury retrograde to end. It has been just the absolute worst. So sometimes there is, here, put this over a little bit. So sometimes there is what's known as like a shadow period. Oh, here comes Luna. There's a shadow period sometimes following a Mercury, like there's a shadow period just before and just after Mercury retrograde. So even when it ends, Luna, you're such a jerk. So even when Mercury retrograde ends, there is sometimes a sort of shadow period afterwards. You may still find that, you know, miscommunications and tech problems and all that are still kind of working themselves out. Okay. Camera hog. It's all about Luna. Which, I mean, she's a Gemini, so take from that what you will. We're not really sure about Misty. She's a rescue, so. But Luna's also a rescue, but she was born in the shelter, so they knew her exact date of birth, whereas Misty was already a few years old when she came to the shelter, so we don't know her exact birthday. Anyways, so let's see if anything else is wanting to come up. We might need to switch decks here. Oh, here we go. Okay, interesting. So we have storm warning. Again, we had this a couple of days ago, but it's in reverse. Whereas last time it was upright. And then there was, for some people, the storm warning was sort of, you know, personal and metaphorical. And for others, such as Texas, it was a literal storm warning. So with this being in reverse, this is more of a, like the storm is passing. Okay, the storm is either starting to pass or has passed in this particular case. Okay, so all the dominoes have already fallen where they're going to fall. Okay, they are where they are. And this may be where this lack of blessings is coming from, is from, we had the storm warning, so whether it was literal or metaphorical and just, you know, something personal to you, so that storm warning came through, and now you're feeling those lack of blessings, okay, and, you know, whether it was, again, if it was literal, okay, so you're feeling, so there's that storm, the power went out, there was, I think, some flooding, there was a lot going on, and I think there was like snow in Saudi Arabia, something like that. Like, it was just, there was a whole lot going on here with actual storms. So you might be feeling lack of blessings around that, or it could be the personal, metaphorical, the storm came, tore everything down, okay, and now you're feeling those lack of blessings. So let's just continue on here to see what else wants to come through in this message. Again, it could be more specificity, clarity, guidance, okay? Because as I had mentioned in that previous reading, that when it's a personal, sort of metaphorical storm that happened, where everything is just kind of, it feels like everything around you is just being torn apart, like it's just, you know, everything's just falling apart around you, that this is this is painful, okay? But it's also for our highest good. It's not something that was happening to us, it was happening for us. Okay, we were being stripped away of all the things that were keeping us stuck. So now we're able to move forward. Okay, but you might not be feeling, you might not be in that place right now of feeling like this was a good thing. That whether this was a literal storm or metaphorical storm, you might not be feeling the blessings about this. You might, how was this for my highest good, right? Like, this is so painful and I'm suffering. How was this? How could this possibly be for my highest good, right? So, and was there maybe another way to get me to be unstuck, right? Was there maybe a more gentler way? Okay. And so I will speak into that just as I'm shuffling here. That, for me, I kind of, oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is exactly what I was going to speak into. I'll show you the card in just one second, okay? So, what I was going to say is that the Storm card reminds me of the Tower card in Tarot, and with that, the goddess Kali. The goddess Kali is, you know, the dark goddess. She's known as, you know, the destroyer. But the thing is that when Kali comes in, and she's one of my favorite goddesses, that when she comes in and, you know, just destroys, because what she does a couple of things. So she comes in and she destroys the ego, and she, again, just tears everything down that keeps us stuck. And that can feel very, very painful. Okay, she is not subtle, okay? She comes in and just tears your shit apart, okay? And she's not gentle, she is not subtle about it, okay? And because of that, it can feel very, very painful, okay? Now, another aspect of that goddess is Shakti, okay? And Shakti is the more kinder, gentler, compassionate aspect of that energy, okay? She may still come in and, you know, help with, destroying, breaking down the ego and breaking down the things that are keeping us stuck. But she does it in a way that's a lot more gentle than Kali. And so it's funny why I'm just like, wow, okay, because with this we have, again, woman holding a heart. Okay, so this is letting us know that whether it's in the aspect of Kali or the aspect of Shakti, what you're going through, okay, this very painful thing you're going through is happening for your highest good, okay? Even if you can't see it right now, even if it feels like, you know, there's just, you know, your blessings have just been, you know, ripped away from you or what have you, that this goddess, whether it was Kali or Shakti or maybe some other aspect, okay, some other goddess that maybe resonates with you, that this is happening for you, okay? You can't see it yet, and that's okay. Maybe if you go into a meditation and either, you know, tap into, so we're going to come into the upper chakras here, okay, specifically into like the crown chakra, because the third eye and the crown chakra, because we really want to tap into our higher self and see things from a higher perspective, from an expanded perspective. You may also want to speak with one of these goddesses or the goddess that resonates with you. You may want to speak with one of the angels, or the archangels. If we're up in here, then we're looking at the Archangel Metatron and the Archangel Uriel, okay? So you may want to speak with them too, just to get some like, whatever you need from them. So maybe you need some reassurance, maybe you need to feel support, okay? Maybe you just need, you need some answers here of some kind. Okay, so you may want to tap into those energies just to help you with this. Now, I'm also getting, this could be part of your spiritual ascension. Okay, you may have already started the Kundalini rising process. Okay, and so when that happens, again, it's very much when we have these spiritual ascensions and these spiritual awakenings. See, a notification just came through, so I'm onto something. Okay, so when we have these spiritual awakenings, often we have the idea, like if we're just thinking about, like, oh, I wish I had this spiritual awakening. I wish I was more, awakened or, more enlightened. Okay. Now, when we think of that, because we're just thinking about, oh, I wish I was more enlightened. Okay. I wish I had more divine intelligence, right? I just want to feel more connected even. But here's the rub, that when we're going through the spiritual ascension, this Kundalini rising, it's painful. Okay, that's the thing that often gets, that we don't think about when we have this, wishful thinking of, I wish I was more enlightened, or, I would like to, ascend, right? And tap more into that 5D energy, okay? When we do this, it's painful, okay? And so I just really want you to keep that in mind, that ascension is not generally a pleasant experience, okay? When we reach these higher chakras, we come into the crown chakra, we can experience, that's where it gets really wonderful, right? That's sort of the goal, right? We want to experience, that bliss, right? And joy and feeling connected, to everything, because that's really what happens, is you remember that you are divine consciousness, okay? And, you have this bliss moment and just pure unconditional love and joy. I speak from experience, so I know what this is like. But again, because I speak from experience, I can tell you that getting here is not a gentle process. Not usually, okay? It can be. Now, the goddess Shakti can come in, okay, and just gently, bring you through. But more often than not, okay, it's going to be the goddess, or the aspect, okay, the goddess Kali, who's going to come in, and she's going to cut off the head of the ego, and she's going to just tear your shit down so that you're able to sort of rise like a phoenix. That's kind of the image I get, is she burns you down and then you're reborn, okay, but she does that for you. She burns you down so that you can be reborn as this phoenix, okay? But it is a painful experience often, okay? It's not an easy experience. It's not a fun experience, okay? And a lot of people don't realize this when they go to, have these experiences, okay? And especially if it rises too quickly, then you can have what's called Kundalini, I just lost the word, Kundalini syndrome, that's the word I was looking for. And that's where, when it rises too quickly, you can experience psychosis, and that sucks. I didn't have that, thank the gods, but I know, I think it's Carly something, I can't think of, Carly Grant, I want to say, Carly Grant, had that experience, that Kundalini rose way too quickly, and she went into psychosis for quite some time. And she does speak about that, like on her YouTube channel and in interviews and such. So it's not always the best experience. So just kind of keep that in mind. But do keep it in mind that if you are experiencing this ascension, or if it's something else, if it's related to something else, that this is the intention here from the other side, whether it's goddesses, angels, ancestors, whatever you believe in, whatever resonates with you, okay? This is being done for your highest good. And if you really feel like you need to, that you're like, I don't, being in this, earthly plane, right, of existence, being in the 3D, I just cannot see how this could possibly be for my highest good. This is where I'm saying that it's a good idea to tap into your higher self, your higher power, angels, goddesses, gods, whatever, okay? And speak with them to try and get that sense of support and encouragement, maybe some answers, okay, depending on your psychic abilities. You may or may not be able to tap into them and to the point that you're like, oh, I understand what you're saying to me, okay? So, but you may want to do that just to help yourself out. If you're just like, I cannot. Okay, so nothing else is clearly coming through these cards. So, let's see. Maybe we'll go with daily. We have I don't use these very often, but we have, I think it's daily guidance from your angels. Okay, so let's see if anything wants to come through these cards. Just as far as, because right now we have an idea. We have an idea of what's going on. So it's, a literal or metaphorical storm that has now passed, but you've looked around yourself and you're like, everything is just destruction all around me, right? And I cannot possibly see how this was for my highest good. And I've given you some ideas to, okay, well, tap into that, upper chakras, the third eye specifically, the third eye and the crown chakra specifically. And, speak with your higher self or your higher power to get some information around that. But let's see if we get any further guidance, okay, from the angel cards. Here we go. Straight away. Okay. Ooh, okay, perfect. So we have steady progress. And I'll read the bottom here. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. Okay, so really focus in on that. So their guidance is really to focus in on that steady progress of, so maybe you're not right in a place right now where, you want to tap into your higher power, or that you're ready just on a personal level to, another notification. Okay, so you're just not ready to see things differently, right? You're still going maybe through a grieving process, and there's no rush. So steady progress, okay? If you're going through a grieving type of process here, there's, they're saying, we are with you, and, heal at your own rate. You don't need to spiritually bypass this, okay? Feel your feelings, right? Feel your feelings, and just let this energy naturally move through your energy system, okay? We don't want to hold on to it, right? We're just going to let it naturally move through our system, okay? Okay, now, and if this is indeed tied into Kundalini rising, or spiritual growth, okay, because that's really what it is we're going through these spiritual growing pains, is kind of what I like to call it when we go through this Kundalini rising and the painful aspects of that, okay, or the spiritual growth that's happening. We're going to have these spiritual growing pains, okay. And so if that's what's happening right now, is that you are going through a spiritual growth, Kundalini rising type of deal, that this is a steady progress. This is, that this is not something that needs to be rushed, okay? It's not something that you just want to jump to the end, if you will. Because that's what I was saying earlier, when we consciously wish for this enlightenment, okay, we really just want to get here, right? We just want to get up into the crown chakra and experience that sense of bliss and joy and connection, right? But there's a path that needs to be taken here, okay? So it's that through the chakras, right? There's that path that happens, and we try to rush this process because we just want to get here, right? It's like trying to, we're not appreciating the journey. We're just focused on getting to the end, right? We just want to get to the end of the book, right? Rather than enjoying reading through it, right? And so this is where they're saying, this is their guidance, is to, as painful as it may be, it's important for your spiritual growth to sort of enjoy the journey, okay? To embrace the process that's happening here and allow it to just move through naturally rather than trying to force something and just, I just want to get to the end, right? There's a reason why it starts in the root chakra and then moves its way up, okay? Rather than just being like, I just want to be here. It doesn't start here, and there's a reason for that, okay? So I'll just mention it, that I do have a Kundalini Awakening course on Udemy, so if you want to check that out, I can leave a link, you can check that out, okay? If you need more information about this and the process and all that jazz, okay? It is for beginners, I will mention that. It's for beginners specifically, so yes, so that is our guidance for today, is twofold, is to at least have a conscious understanding, an intellectual understanding that this, as painful as this is happening for our highest good, okay? This is not happening to you, it's happening for you, okay? And the other part of it is allow this energy to move through naturally. So if you're going through a grieving process, just allow it to move through naturally. Don't try to resist it, okay? Don't try to spiritually bypass it. Just allow it to move through your energy, okay? Excuse you. Excuse you. Excuse you. Hello, Luna. You're rude. What are you doing? I love you too, baby, but I'm kind of in the middle of something here. Okay. Can I help you? Do you want down? What's happening here? What is happening here? That's that Gemini energy. Pay attention to me. Hello, I'm here. Pay attention to me. I'm Luna. I'm all that matters. No offense to the Geminis out there. You like your attention. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing wrong with that. Don't change it. Don't resist it. Embrace it. Go ahead and embrace it. There's nothing wrong with it. No. Except for right now when I'm kind of in the middle of something. Okay. So, like I said, that is our message, is to allow ourselves to feel our feelings, move through the energies naturally, and just allow the steady progress. And if you need some guidance and support, lean on your higher self, your higher power, whatever resonates with you, okay? Okay, we will see you tomorrow with another daily dose of guidance. Bye.